All right, welcome to Bradenton Means Business. I'm Wade Hamilton, the macro manager here at Connect Bradenton. This is our first episode that we are working on here. We've had our fun. We've had our flat tire. We've made it. We're all here.
Adventure, yep.
That's the things that happen when you're trying to get things started like this. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We are at Connect Bradenton, a flexible workplace in downtown Bradenton. We have office space, co-working space, shared space. We host meetings. We do all kinds of stuff here. I'm here with Beth, Deyo, Discover Bradenton, the content creator and owner. It should tell you everything about annual festivals, fun activities, outstanding businesses, and charitable organizations. Discover Bradenton has everything you need to know about what's happening in the friendly city. On this show, we're going to talk about all things Bradenton, from the local businesses that we love and support to events and activities we recommend checking out. We are coming to you here from our new setup studio. We've got a bunch of different places we're looking to record. This is our first one. We're playing with this one today. So just as we ask you to check out all the kind of spaces we have to offer, we do the same here, just to kind of play around and make sure we've got everything working that anybody might want to use in our space. So we recommend checking us out on Facebook or our Instagram at connect.bradenton. We'd like to thank Beth for joining us, being the guest host and co-sponsor with us.
Thank you for having me.
We implore you to check out Discover Bradenton by going to their newly renovated and relaunched website, discoverbradenton.com. A lot of new features like the local business directory. Yep. I don't want to steal your thunder and say everything, but we got a community calendar we're talking about today. Giving you even more ways to keep your finger on the pulse. Go there and click subscribe to get their weekly newsletter directly. And of course, you should follow them on Facebook and Instagram at discover_Bradenton.
On Instagram, yes.
There we go. All right, so Beth, number one thing we want to talk about, you and your business today. We're going to do a little intro. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about what brought you to Bradenton, what brought you to Discover Bradenton, and to create it.
Okay. Well, I've been down here since 1997, so I like to consider myself pretty much a Bradenton local at this point. And, when I first moved down here, there really wasn't a lot going on, and it really had created a stigma that Bradenton is this boring place, and if you want anything fun to do, you've got to go to St. Pete or Tampa, or you got to go down to Sarasota, because it's just, there's nothing to do here. But especially in the last few years, that's changed a lot. So I actually started Discover Bradenton more as a fun kind of side thing to do for my friends. It was just I was throwing out blog posts of things that were going on, and it really started to pick up. And I think the reason why is that people were realizing that there isn't really an easy way to find out what's going on here. So from there, Discover Bradenton was born, and we've been really excited. It's had really great feedback, so that's where we're at.
So tell me a little bit. So you said you moved here in 97.
Mm-hmm.
I moved here at birth, so you chose to be here.
I did.
What brought you here?
Well, I'm originally from upstate New York, and we just were tired of the snow, and we just wanted to be in Florida anywhere. My husband's job brought us down here, and we said, let's just get to Florida, anywhere in Florida, and just once we get there, we'll get settled, we can always move. And we landed in West Bradenton, and we are close to the beach, and we just fell in love. And when we bought a home, it ended up being right up the street, and we've been here ever since. And I've been a West Bradenton native for years, but I just moved out kind of out east this year and love it, absolutely love it. So got to see a whole new side of what Bradenton has to offer, so it's been really exciting.
The growth has definitely been eastward.
Yes.
I mean, can't go much more west. That's that's the Gulf of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
But so I know when I first met you, Discover Bradenton was not what it is now.
Correct, yeah.
And your main source of income and energy was not Discover Bradenton, it was.
Correct. So I actually own a company called Fresh Content Design. I do blog posting and article writing for other businesses. So that was my bread and butter for a long time. But as Discover Bradenton has grown, it's really taken on a life of its own. So I do still do both, but I've been dedicating a lot more time towards Discover Bradenton. We've developed a lot more things, and we're writing a lot more content. So that is, of course, taking up quite a bit of time. But it's been exciting.
Content creation. So tell me what that process feels like, the change of process. Because, working for somebody else, getting information from them, creating content for them. What is the difference between that and now the way that you're writing for Discover Bradenton?
So the writing style is really the same, but there's a lot more freedom and a lot more flexibility. I find it a lot more fun. When I'm working for someone else, I'm helping to promote their business and I'm writing about the things that they care about. Whereas here, especially with what I'm doing, I'm meeting business owners, I'm meeting people that are running charities and that are doing things that they're super passionate about. And the fact that I have that outlet and that power to help them get their story out is just incredible. It's been a big change and it's been fantastic.
What's been one of your most favorite stories to tell so far?
Boy, that's tough. There's a lot. I think one of the things that I've enjoyed the most is talking with the people in the Village of the Arts. There's a lot of just really creative, really amazing people out there, and they don't have necessarily the money to pay for advertising and to do all the things that the big businesses can. So giving them that outlet to get their story out and help more people learn about what they're doing has been really rewarding.
I believe we have a shout out that we can do from our camera, sound, and production men. I believe your stomach is currently full of a Village of the Arts offering from down there at, where do we go with? Oh, Bird Rock Tacos? Was that what we had today? See?
Yeah.
The Village of the Arts is powering this podcast.
I was actually just there last week, and we have an article coming out about them in a couple days.
All right. Stay tuned to see that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's an interesting story. Anything that
yes.
involves Dave Shiplett will be an interesting
Yes,
story.
for sure.
And just looking at the menu that he's putting out, it definitely has the artistic side of culinary design that he's putting into that
They
place.
have lobster tacos, duck tacos, all kinds of things.
I've seen all kinds of fun come from
Yeah.
there. All right, Village of the Arts. I mean, they are right down the street from here.
Mm-hmm.
We are located in downtown Bradenton. They are just a couple blocks the other direction. And yeah, we see a lot of overlap from places like the Village of the Arts, places like Main Street and all the bars and restaurants we have down there. It's actually a big pull for what we have here.
Sure.
We put that out on our website. We are in the heart of downtown Bradenton. So you can come in here and work for a little bit, and you're just surrounded by, councils and the best burger you can get around here. I'm sure there's a few articles coming out, people that would fight that's the best burger. I know. I've read a couple of the ones from last year with the best barbecue and best everything else.
Yeah.
When we got just businesses that are popping up just a block west of here on 13th, and I'm sure you've got them in the pipeline.
Fantastic, everything that's been developing down there, and they're all very young, or almost all of them are very young, which is also very exciting.
Yes, and the food that we get from places like Sugar Cubed and Happy Soul.
Yeah.
I'm not personally been over there, but I have seen a number of daily dose shakes and salads come through the doors. People that are refueling for a day. It's cool to just kind of be in the middle of it. But you don't just focus on downtown, right?
No.
So you are all over.
Oh yeah.
Manatee County, just Bradenton.
We focus a lot on Bradenton, but we do have some stories. If it's an exciting story and it's nearby, I like to tell it. So we do have some that's in Palmetto, if there's something going out on the island, a little bit of Lakewood Ranch sometimes. So pretty much if it's something that I think that my followers are going to be interested in, it's close enough to be a decent drive, then I'll cover it.
I think Bradenton area is a safe way to kind of reference it. And I mean, there are a couple other groups in the area that refer to themselves as Bradenton area.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to. We love our neighbors to the north in Palmetto and all the cool stuff that they're adding down there. A very, it's a government that works with you. I've heard. I can say the same for the most part with all my experiences in Bradenton as well. Is that's what's cool about this area is they are embracing change. They're embracing development. I've sat in this on this community committee with Manatee Chamber, and I'm this bearded dude, in his 30s, and surrounded by people that are established business people, but also this is their second love. John Ed Isham at Realize Bradenton. Actually, before one of the first meetings I had was in this space when I was just a member here. And Bernie Krogan, the founder of Connect Bradenton, shout out to Bernie, thank you for everything. And we sat in this space, and there was a number of people, and you even have government officials that sit in these meetings and will take questions. Mm-hmm. We'll sit there and listen, and then you see a response in their actions later on. So I love being around people like that. And I mean, we're about to see a big change in our local government coming up soon. I've seen a group of younger people that are running for local office, and I've heard other people that are looking to do it in the near future. And the people that are in those seats or around those seats are embracing that change too, which is really cool. So let's get back to you. Discover Bradenton, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
So we met through Let's Connect, which is a weekly free networking group that is hosted here and sponsored by Bank OZK and John Lang, who we've come to know and love. The perfect man for that job.
Yeah, absolutely.
The patience that is required to run a group that has become that large, which is a story in and of itself.
Yes, it is.
I've been here since the beginning of May, and when I first sat out of the meeting, and I say that like the place that we're sitting right now used to be my office when I took over here, and I quickly realized I don't like having an office, and I have to be out there and do them. But I would sit in here and listen to the meeting, and I eventually kind of sat over to the next got closer, and it was about 10 to 15 people, and I was like, oh, this is for real. This is a real collaborative group of people that come here for the relationships. They're not in there selling stuff. And I ended up sitting at the table, and then I started to get a lot more involved, and just to see it grow so organically from that 10 to 15 people, I think we'll probably have 50 people here tomorrow.
Yep.
I know there's 31 that are on the list already signed up to speak, and
that's fantastic.
Yeah. We've had to take measures to just try and keep it under control because it got crazy, and it's continuing to grow. So again, shout out to John Lang for helping grow that so well, so quickly, so controlled. Yeah. Because I mean, it could have gotten out of control.
It's hard to control that many people, for sure. Yeah.
But there's a respect and an appreciation for John that allows him to keep it wonderfully orchestrated.
I think also for the space. I mean, the fact that we're able to use this space and have these opportunities is also fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say that it hasn't brought business to us, but I mean, we use it as an amenity for our membership. There are some co-working members where during a tour, during a discussion, I will say, you're free to join us every Thursday, 8:30 for Let's Connect, the weekly meeting. And just to tell you, this is 50 customers that are coming to you.
Yeah, and it's such a wide variety of different people that are coming. And I've been to a lot of networking meetings, and this one is really different because, like you said, people are not there to sell. People are really there to make relationships, and it's been great.
And I get the added bonus of that we host one-on-ones that come from that, and we offer them to utilize our space for their one-on-ones. Number one, I love having activity in here. That was what I was brought in to do, was to activate the space, and just to see the one-on-ones and to see people that are just having business conversations. And a lot of times, they'll talk, and at the end, it's what can I do to help you? What kind of business can I bring to you? And that's just cool.